But then
400.
what I do when I face with something like this, when I first bought Bitcoin I wrote the first ever Bitcoin strategy piece and made a price prediction based on what I understood about Bitcoin back in 2013, 12. It was the first ever piece written by anybody. And I said, listen, I think it's worth $1 million. And it was trading at $200. And I had some basic maths, but same kind of idea, using trends and everything else. And I said, I'm assuming I'm wrong by 90%. It's still worth 100 grand. And it's currently $200. It's the best trade you'll ever do in your entire life. And that proved out to be true. So let's assume that Raoul is a moron and I'm 50% wrong. That's a $50 trillion asset class. You get to $1 million Bitcoin-ish, right?
Mm.
And assuming whether it's that dominant or less dominant and what happens to it, but you can see the magnitude of the returns. So that's a, 15x return in Bitcoin.
What if you're wrong? You've staked so much of your life on this. You've invested so much of your own money in it. What if you're wrong about this asset class? You couldn't have predicted Bitcoin would be so dominant 20 years ago. We couldn't have predicted even 5 years ago that AI would take hold. These things come out of nowhere and they change the paradigm. What if you're wrong?
I'm an investor, so being wrong is part of the thing. What's hard is via helping so many people at Real Vision and elsewhere, it is a weight I carry on my shoulders because I'm trying to bring as many people across the line and unfuck their future and all of these things. And I asked myself those questions, and I go back to the simple thing. There is the graph of the adoption of this. If that's going to stop, we've got an issue. But then how are we going to solve problems of digital identity or contracts in a globalized world or any of these things without this technology? I can't do it, right? It's like a magic technology. The Byzantine generals problem was a real complicated problem that nobody had solved until Bitcoin.
Maybe AI creates a better blockchain. Maybe AI creates a better system.
Yes, it could do. But how long away is that before we adopt it? It adopts that technology, some quantum cryptographic, whatever, right? Is there a need for it yet? Why are we disrupting a new industry that's not been disrupted? But yes, no investment comes without risk.